This will be the most significant natural landmark that Africa has ever possessed. I am absolutely fascinated by the Nile River's annual flood. No natural phenomena is so powerful as flooding, nor any cycle so predictable. You are pointing out the ancient temples along the riverbank. There is no sight more breathtaking than ancient temples reflecting in the water. He is taking a picture of a massive crocodile basking in the sun. Crocodiles survived longer than any reptile in the African wilderness. She is sailing on a traditional sailboat under the golden sunset. Nothing is as peaceful as sailing on the Nile during sunset hours. John discovered ancient artifacts buried in the fertile river plain. Nothing is more challenging, more exciting than archaeological discoveries, but nothing is less certain. Michelle is studying satellite images showing pyramid positions. Ancient research is perhaps more challenging than anything else, but keep a curious mind. We are looking at the contrast between green fields and desert. Understanding nature's diversity is the least difficult of our travel goals. They are exploring ancient monuments on a luxury cruise. River cruising is by far the most comfortable way to experience Egyptian history. It's truly astonishing that this single river stretches almost 4,500 miles. The Nile is the longest river in the world and is famous for supporting ancient civilization. The pyramid, I believe, is around 455 feet tall. Accurate measurement is one of the most important steps in understanding ancient structure. I am looking at the Great Pyramid of Giza. By the laws of physics, this structure will stand forever and the strongest earthquake cannot destroy it. You're explaining that the pyramids were built as tombs for Egyptian kings. Not only are these ancient monuments impressive in size, but they also demonstrate advanced engineering skills. He is studying mathematical models of pyramid architecture. Behind every precise calculation are many years of ancient experience and knowledge. She enjoys photographing Sphinx at sunrise. Under no circumstances will these ancient monuments lose their mysterious beauty. John is looking at the walls, writing in tiny ancient writings. Only for the preservation of history does he spend such long hours studying hieroglyphs. Michelle is brushing sand off an ancient artifact. Among the items discovered were pottery pieces, jewelry tools, carved stone tablets, as well as golden ornaments. We are sweating heavily traveling through Egyptian desert. I opened my water bottle and outpoured the coolest drink I had ever tasted. They're discussing theories about transport of these heavy stones. More important than 100 world theories is one piece of solid archaeological evidence. It is unbelievable that these ancient monuments have lasted for over 4,500 years. More amazing is the fact that most of these buildings still maintain their original shape. The fact that no one bought anything at the gift shop made me sad. In business, success is never guaranteed, nor does it happen without any effort. I am searching for a birthday gift for my girlfriend. There were no perfect gifts available, so I had to make something myself. You are excitedly unwrapping the birthday gift. The excitement of gift giving is wonderful. So are the memories it creates. He remembers every gift he received throughout his childhood. Those happy memories belong to all of us. So does the joy of giving presents. She creates personalized gifts for her friends. I don't enjoy buying expensive presents, neither do I. John collects traditional items from the countries he visits. He did not like modern souvenirs, nor did he appreciate mass-produced tourist items. Michelle is giving handwritten Christmas letters to her family. In every person's heart, there come moments of gratitude they can treasure forever. We exchange gifts every year to celebrate our anniversary. Should this tradition bring us closer together, we promise to continue it always. They surprise underprivileged children with their Christmas gifts. Had it not been for the generous donations that supported our charity work, we couldn't have helped so many children. It seems that a thoughtfully chosen gift strengthens relationship significantly. It is genuine care that allows us to connect. It is genuine care that allows us to build meaningful connections with others. If I were you, I would call an ambulance right away. It is emergency responders who save lives most effectively. I froze when I heard the ambulance siren. It is the sounds I've forgotten that worry me, but not the sounds I've grown used to. You quickly pulled over to let the ambulance pass. It is only with quick thinking that one can help in emergency situations effectively. He works as a paramedic in the ambulance team. It is during medical emergencies that the importance of proper training becomes clear. She is calling an ambulance immediately after seeing the accident. It was not until the paramedics arrived that everyone truly felt relieved. John created software to help ambulances avoid traffic congestions. What is it that makes his technology so effective? Michelle is training new emergency medical staff. Practice does really make you a better paramedic. We're anxiously watching the ambulance team loaded the patient onto a stretcher. It is the very essence of teamwork to cooperate emergency medical care perfectly. They created ambulance stations throughout rural. They established ambulance stations throughout rural areas. Emergency service is not preparation for disasters. Emergency service is disaster response itself. It's amazing how an ambulance evokes both fear and hope. If you want emergency care done well, trust emergency team care. If I knew, I would have joined the camel ride. I don't understand in the least what makes these animals so fascinating. I saw camel for the first time at the zoo. What on earth are these amazing creatures doing in such a small space? You are looking at many camels in the desert. Desert knowledge can be shared, but desert experience can never be shared. He is pointing to the camel's hump. While traveling in desert, learn from the local guy's wisdom. She is explaining that the camel hair is used to make warm clothing. The first part of textile production involves collecting natural materials, and the second part involves processing them into fabric. John wants to ride the camel during his vacation. In desert tourism, too much emphasis is placed on adventure. Too little emphasis is on safety. Michelle is photographing a caravan of camels carrying goods. Can you see any water sources nearby? I'm afraid not. We are listening to the teacher saying camels are native to the Middle East. I didn't plan to study animal biology, but I had to because I was curious about desert animals. They are pointing at the camel and saying it can go days without water. We were amazed by the camel's natural survival while learning about their natural adaptations. It makes an exotic scene when camels walk across sand dunes. Tourists can photograph unless warned about disturbing animals by their guides. If your uncle won the lottery, what would he do? With his luck, he will surely win something exciting, if not life-changing. I would pay off my student loans first. What if this were your only chance for financial freedom? You could finally buy the expensive luxury sports car. I have dreamed and will dream only of financial security. He is planning to travel around the world for a year. Adventure means exploration, not only of new places, but also of personal growth. She is holding a $100 bill, planning to invest her lottery winnings in stocks. Her investment strategy sounds risky, but is different from typical approaches. Joan is going to purchase a beautiful house by the beach. Property values increase, but maintenance costs strengthens with time. Michelle intends to share her lottery winnings with her parents. Even in this age of independence, the greater part of happiness is and must be based on family. We're going to set aside some money for retirement. Money is as important as, maybe more important than money itself. Planning is as important as, and maybe more important than money itself. They decided to open a restaurant with their lottery winnings. Money changes into opportunities at the right time, changes into regret at the wrong time. It's a good idea to donate some lottery winnings for charity. Charity for the poor by the wealthy to the community shall not appear from society. If I were you, I wouldn't buy the bell. As people make decisions, they begin to demand the freedom to buy what they want. To choose what they want, to buy what they need, and to decide outside pressure. I know the sound of school dismissal bell. School memories once created, like the photographs once taken, cannot be forgotten. You hear the wedding bells as you walk down the aisle. The most beautiful moment in weddings is shared. What everyone hopes will last forever. He is looking at the church and listening to the Christmas Eve church bells. A peaceful moment, quietly experienced now, is better than a perfect celebration next year. She felt a sense of peace with the temple bells. Meditation techniques, which are used when we seek inner calm, help us find and maintain spiritual balance. John quickly evacuated the building when he heard the alarm bell. Emergency procedures, as we have experienced, are neither complicated nor simple in themselves. Michelle loves the peaceful sound of the old town bells. Every bell sound, even if indistinct, is in reality meaningful if it connects us to history. We are watching and waving as the ship departs. A traveler's journey can have a profound, if not life-changing, impact on their perspective. They're sitting in the churchyard listening to the village bells. With patience, you can appreciate what you thought was impossible for you to understand. It was the old clock town bell marking each hour. There are few, if any, sounds in village more comforting than those bells. I wish Abdullah were here. His leadership style is, as it were, a perfect example of what effective management looks like. I really respect my boss. She always leads by examples. Sarah and Maria, both managers at our company, are preparing a leadership workshop, organizing our leadership workshop. You are discussing your innovative ideas with your boss. The team presented their proposal to the executive board, the most important decision-making body in the organization. He became the boss after 15 years at the company. Experienced leader, the ones who understand their employees most, also make the most effective decisions. She regularly consults with her boss about major decisions. Communication skills, the essence ability which help leaders connect with their team members, may determine workplace success. John considered himself a democratic leader. Micromanagement, a tendency to control small detail of work, is a common leadership mistake. Michelle learned her management style from her boss. She is planning to visit the innovative company of Google next month. We appreciate bosses who give constructive feedback. All successful teams depend for their effectiveness on the leadership qualities of trust and communication. They decide to throw a surprise thank you party for their boss. If you always succeed at work, it's a sign that you are not taking enough risks at work. It's important to build mutual respect between bosses and employees. The thought occurred to me that if I improved my leadership skills, I would become a better manager in the future. He talks as if he had a gold belt. As a closer observation will show his true skill level. I wear a leather belt daily to keep my pants up. What made you choose that particular style? You should always fasten your seatbelt. The accident taught me to be more careful while driving. He earned black belt in Taekwondo after many years of training. The success of his martial arts training encouraged him to become an instructor. She uses a weightlifting belt to keep her back. Her consistent training has made it possible for her to compete in professional competitions. John won the championship belt in his boxing match. A year's preparation brought him to this moment of victory. Michelle measures her waist with a tape measure to check for her weight loss. Regular exercise allows her to stay healthy, maintain good habits, feel confident. We keep our tools organized on a tool belt in the garage. Keeping tools in proper order prevent accidents and save time. They're fixing the factory's conveyor belt. A repair of the machinery will help the workers complete their tasks more efficiently. It's fascinating how machine belts transfer power between different parts of an engine. Understanding complex mechanism will prevent you making costly mistakes during repairs. Without you carrying this chair was impossible. No amount of effort works if we are not working together. I bought a new wooden chair for my dining room. I like neither of the old chairs. You should sit in this comfortable chair while we have dinner. You cannot please everybody at the dinner table. He likes to relax in his reclining chair after long hours at work. You cannot find true relaxation without creating peaceful moments. She prefers chairs with soft cushions. Nothing will be relieved by simply complaining about discomfort. Joan has been sitting in the same chair for over an hour. Patience in life is not necessarily the same thing as the acceptance of delay. Michelle complains about the uncomfortable office chair. Not all of us can afford expensive furniture, but we can make improvements with creative solutions. We arranged the chairs in a circle for our team meeting. Good teamwork may not always bring immediate results, but there is no success without collaboration. They sit in those small chairs every day at school. Nothing is difficult for a student who has an eager mind. It's exciting to have front row seats at the theater. Nobody will enjoy the performance unless they arrive in time.